I love it.
Thank you. It's appropriate. So welcome, everyone. I'm still waking up, so I apologize. I know, Claire, it's like 7, so I know you're still
I'm
waking
definitely still waking up. It's like dark outside. The sun is rising.
But hello and good morning, everyone who is up early joining us on this Saturday morning. Let us know what you all are going to be working on in the comments. And do my lovely little co-hosts want to give intros and let everybody know what you'll be working on?
Sure. So I'm Danica Gray, an author tuber here on YouTube. I make vlogs kind of about my writing experience, and that's the bulk of what I do. I think today I'm going to be trying to organize. You'll notice I'm forever outlining, but I swear I'm making progress on my outlining. But right now I'm kind of intimidated by actually figuring out like some of these initial scenes. I need to figure out what order they're going to go in. And so I'm going to work on organizing those, I think, in this stream.
Awesome. And this is still Project Red, right?
It's the same project.
Okay.
She's a slow goer.
Hey, it's fine. Slow and steady wins the race.
And I'm Claire. I'm another author tuber. I'm on YouTube at Write with Claire Fraise, and I make videos sharing different things that I learned that helped me make my writing better as I've been learning how to write. And I'm going to be working on a short story in my universe that I am giving away as a reader magnet once the book comes out for people who join my mailing list. So it's like a bonus kind of story in the universe, and I really need to finish it so I can send it to my editor before release day.
That's so cool.
I love that, Claire.
That's an awesome idea.
Also, can we talk about how exciting it is that They Stay has like less than a month, right? This is a couple of weeks.
Very exciting, very scary, very crazy. I can't really believe it. But yeah, less than a month.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. Also, I love the one, I think it was a TikTok, but you also posted it on Instagram. And you've been doing several, and they're so cute. But my favorite was the one when you had the blanket over your head, and you were just like...
I love that one.
I know I've been going out of my comfort zone. I'm like, forcing myself to learn how to make TikToks and like actually try to get comfortable doing them because it scared me so much doing that at the beginning. And like now it's starting to get a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
You're killing it.
They're really fun.
So.
I like them.
I feel like you pick the best ones. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just said, and even though they're super silly and it like forces you to have to kind of get out of your head a little bit while making them because like everybody looks silly and that's kind of what the platform is.
Oh yeah. 100%. I think you do a great job. Really, like
they're very entertaining. Yes. I love every time they pop up on my feed.
Yes. I'm like, all right, we got a new one. So I'm Autumn Ashley. Hello, everyone who may not know me. I post writing-related content and host live streams at least twice a month. We are a little bit later this month. Usually I like to do one earlier, but I think this was like the only free Saturday I had.
Busy.
It is a busy little bee. But I know we talked about behind the scenes about fall, like very briefly. I'm so ready for it. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Get lost.
I am painfully ready for it. I think like 2 weeks ago, we had like the first kind of cold day where it was like in the 60s where I live. And I swear I went outside and I took a breath and I was like, it smells like NaNoWriMo.
I love that. You should have made that a TikTok.
I should have. I was like, this is not me getting misty-eyed with nostalgia.
Also, I love like when you walk outside and it is fall and you kind of have like, it's a colder morning, but you have like that crisp morning air. It's just like the best. Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Except for yesterday, I walked outside early in the morning and it was 28 degrees. And then at 2:00, it was like 80 degrees. It shot
oh my.
up.
Is this in
Montana? The most dramatic temperature shift. I was like, walk out. I was like, ooh, crisp fall. And then I opened the door and I was like, nope, we're closing that door.
This is winter.
dead
Yeah,
of
it's too
winter.
cold. We're skipping seasons.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Was
We
that in
crossed many
Montana?
seasons.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But I've fully had a pumpkin on my porch in Boston ever since like September 1st.
Oh my gosh.
You don't have a lot of time to celebrate Halloween. You got to start early. It's a great
Yeah.
holiday in order to get as much out of it as you can.
That is so true. Oh my gosh. I watched for the first time ever Hocus Pocus a couple of nights ago.
I need to see that.
It is so
I've
cute.
seen like one half of it. I was in a horrible situation where I couldn't watch the end, so like I'm on the edge of my seat.
It was so cute. And I was like, how have I never seen this before? Because like I see all the memes and people, making like, correlations with it. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I was born in the 90s. Why have I not watched this?
It's supposed to be like a fall classic,
Right. So we did it, to kick off the fall season. And
Yeah.
And like my mom had never seen it either. So her and I were sitting there like cracking up laughing. And it made it so much better because like the little black cat, we have a little black cat. So whenever the cat was on the screen, our little black cat's name is Molly. So whenever the cat was on the screen, we're like, oh, look, it's Molly.
Aw,
It was so fun. So fun. So Holly is here. Good morning. Yay, I need to be productive this weekend, catching up on some reading first. Woo, can't wait. That's awesome. What are you reading? And Jules is here, and they needed this as well. Hayden is here. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'll be working on a novella that you've been pantsing. Ooh, and it's going well. Awesome.
Love that feeling.
Yes. When things are going a little too well, you're like, all right, what's going on? Who's punking me? And Amber is here. Good morning. Precious Cousins is here as well. Hello. And Sage is popping here for the turkey leg. I love it. Get the words. Thank you so much, Sage. It's so nice to see you. Awesome. So do y'all want to go ahead and do our first sprint?
Let's do it.
Awesome. I might need to go get coffee, low-key.
Fair.
So do we want to do 15 minutes or do we want to do a little bit longer? 20?
Good with either. I always like longer, but I'm also happy to have the shorter sprint too. Very helpful.
We can start with the 15 and then move up.
Okay.
We don't have to commit right now to anything.
That's fair.
Longer.
I like it.
And Nicole is popping in just in time. Awesome. And Precious Cousins. Sorry, Claire. I was covering your little face. And Precious Cousins is writing 2 separate stories, a short story for 5 pages and another. And the other is a part of a book series. How cool. Love that. Oh, and Firekeeper's Daughter. Ooh. Oh, okay. It's on the book. They have a little book club, and I guess it's their book to read. I love that. Yay.
There's amazing things about that book, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have too. So awesome. Well, good luck, everyone. Get all the words. Remember, Hans will meet us in 15 minutes, so don't be too spooked. Happy writing, and we'll see y'all soon. Good morning.
Truly a wake up.
How did y'all do on that one?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
pretty good.
Yeah, I've found it started really helping me. Like I used to set because I use the project tracker in Scrivener, like so I can see kind of the bar fill up as I'm like doing a sprint. And I used to like set it for like 3,000 words or like 2,000 words, my goal for the whole morning, and slowly work up to it. But now I've started setting it for like 500 words, and like I really try to get there in like 15 minutes. And since then, like it's gotten so much easier to write quickly.
Oh my god.
I love that. The psychological tricks you can
Yes.
use.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
It's like literally nothing else changes. It's just like the psychological, like I have to race the clock like in order to get these because it's possible, but you just have to kind of go a little fast, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in the morning when you're not like completely awake, but I'm sure it'll wake you up pretty quick.
Yeah, full disclosure, I didn't fully get there, but that's my warm-up sprint.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, of course.
And it was only
Personal
15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
we'll have
Although-
longer ones.
Oh yeah. I did feel like even though that was only 15 minutes, I felt like it was like really long because like I went and I made coffee, I came down, pulled up all my documents, and then like kind of briefly read the last chapter and then like picked up where I left off and I was like, good gravy.
Got a lot done.
Yeah.
No, I felt very productive too. I am trying out using Notion for organizing some
Okay.
of my
Oh,
writing
my mom
stuff.
loves Notion.
Oh, really? Your mom and I are on the same page.
I've heard
no,
great things about it.
I've
it's
truly
cool.
become obsessed with it for everything. Like I've built out a whole set for like most of organizing my life, but now I'm trying my hand at seeing if it would be helpful for my writing or not, because there are sometimes that there are just like Scrivener, I feel like doesn't have exactly all the features that I want or that I think would be helpful. And I would do them physically. It's just I don't really have a space to have like note cards and stuff and like not have to like pack it all up and then put it back out, and that gets to be messy. So anyway, I'm trying out Notion, and I have been like I spent that sprint like kind of organizing my ideas on the page, and I really like how it's turning out, and I think it's really helpful. I feel like for me, my biggest problem, which is why I spent so long outlining, is trying to get all of my ideas in a space that I can see them and then make the connections. Because if it's not organized, I can't do anything. I'm useless.
Right.
So
no, I feel that, and I feel like too it's just like always like a learning process, and like what worked last month you can sit down and try it again, and it's like how did this ever work? I don't understand, because now I'm confused.
Yes. I very much am seeing this project in particular as like my learning project to test lots of different ways of doing this, because I haven't really, I don't think I would count any of my prior projects as like truly successfully getting through like a draft and multiple drafts. There were attempts, but I don't think that they counted. So anyhow, I'm trying to make, I feel like once I've done it and I've tried different things, I'll have a better idea of what'll work better next time. So I feel like taking it easy, testing different stuff out, trying to see what works for me. That's where we are.
No, I love that. And I feel like it's great to be open-minded about it too. And even like while the process is working, kind of working on other outlining methods and other things that could work, I'm all for it. Like, I think what you're doing is great.
You.
Job well done, Danica.
Me making myself feel better about taking so long.
Right.
The only way you're going to figure out what your process is going to be is by experimenting. Like you just have to try so many things, because it's impossible to like learn about writing. Like people can tell you what works for them, and then you just have to kind of try it and see if it also works for you, and then eventually kind of build a process. And you can't do that without like experimenting with stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and that's a good point too.
So long.
Right. And then like sometimes only bits and pieces of like certain outlining methods will work for you. And so then you kind of pull from this person and then pull from this one and then kind of create your own, and you're like, we're going to roll with it.
Yeah. Creating your own process is creative in and of itself,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun too.
Yeah.
I love it. And it looks like, Kaya Wolf. I hope that's how you pronounce Kaya. but let me know if that's not right. But I love your name. And welcome. Let us know what you're going to be working on. And Hayden, I warned you. I said Hans was going to meet us. But still, when you're in the zone, you're not expecting. Yes. Hans can be very demanding at times. Had to take out the trash in the beginning, but managed to get half a scene. Love it. Awesome. And Kelly is here. Hello. Good morning. Just dropping in to say hi to you girls. Well, hello. Welcome. Not sure if you're going to stay and write, but if you are, let us know what you're going to be working on. And so I didn't even say what I did. Hello. Good morning. So I ended up writing 208 words. And I'm on chapter 21 out of 27. So we're so close, you guys.
Oh, that's so exciting.
That is so exciting.
Like,
I'm literally on the edge of my seat watching you write this book.
What I have big plan. I cannot wait to write the end, because I have like something I really want to do, and I've been waiting for like 3 months to do it. And it's not popping a bottle of champagne, which might happen, by the way. But I've never been able successfully to like do it, because I can't do the popping. It's too, yes, it's hard, and I've tried.
It's either like super anticlimactic for me, or it shoots all the way into the maybe side. Like it's one or the other.
Or it literally breaks a window.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid to take out my eye with the cork. Oh my goodness. Well, do y'all want to hop into our next sprint?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do we want to do a 20?
I'm good
Let's
with
do
a
it.
20. I love it.
All right. Here we go. Okay. So we'll do 20 minutes and 2 seconds, because of course. Best of luck, everyone. Happy sprinting, and we'll see you all in 20 minutes. That one scared me.
You were really in it.
I was in that one. So how did y'all do?
Feeling better than last time.
Really?
Did you make your goal?
I made my goal.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
And that was
I think it's because we had an extra 5 minutes, but we're getting closer.
And it's the 500 words, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do 500 words in 15 minutes, and sometimes if I'm really focused, I can. But if I have to stop and think about what I'm writing, I like a lot of the times I can't make it. So when I'm pantsing stuff, it's a lot slower because I have no idea what I'm doing. Just about it.
Fair.
Totally. But that's awesome. So, and this is for Claire. This is for that short story, right?
Yeah, I'm right. This is gonna. I've never written short stories before. Like I've only written 2, I think, for classes. So I don't really know how to write them. So I have a feeling this is gonna be a really long short story that I'm gonna have to cut down afterwards. Like I'm 1,700 words in. I'm like at the inciting incident, and like that's not what's supposed to happen. So
it's like a novella instead of a short story.
Yeah, it's just like that's like longer than it takes to get to the inciting incident in They Stay. Like I need to really kind of cut to the chase. But I think starting with longer and trimming it down will probably Yeah. How did you guys do?
Oh, I did well. I have been like, I set up like a little table to organize kind of like my potential ideas. And I have been brainstorming them and filling it out. And I found it's very helpful. So coming up with good ideas. And I'm thinking honestly that I'm coming up with sort of separate ideas and like figuring out how they would trickle, like the trickle effects of each of them. But I think I'll probably end up with like a combination of a few of them because I like some of them, but I'm not sure that any individual one is exactly what I want right now. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited. Well, for both of y'all's, but I really love Project Red and kind of seeing it from like the beginning as like a tiny baby and now it's growing. Like I love it. Even though
any luck. Oh no, go ahead.
To say, even though I know like you're like I'm still outlining, it's still progress.
Yes.
I'm so happy for it.
It's the story creation for sure. I think with any luck I really want to have my first draft written by the end of this year. So that's my goal.
Okay, is this Nano? Is this going to be your Nano project?
I'm definitely going to work on it in Nano. Okay. I'm not sure that I'll be able to finish it in Nano, but I will work on it in Nano. I'm just not sure the 50,000 words is going to be quite enough. But if I can figure out how to underwrite, which I think would be good for me, because it would be better for me to get all the way through the story and then flesh it back out. But I tend to just kind of like get lost in the details. Then maybe I could do it.
First draft is so good for discovery too. Like when you're actually able to like write a first draft and go down tangents and like figure out later whether these things are actually supposed to be in the story. It's so great to have the creative freedom. Like you can just nobody's gonna see your first draft and you can do whatever you want with it.
Oh yeah. Like it's complete garbage, but it's okay. Only my 2 eyeballs are gonna look at it.
It's really garbage.
Right. So I ended up writing 270 words that sprint. I feel pretty good about it. So yeah.
Awesome. Making progress.
Hopefully I'll be able to finish chapter 1. I mean, maybe at the rate we're going, or at least maybe halfway through chapter 21. That's what we're going to aim for. And also kind of like what Claire said, because I'm still working on like my first draft. So it's like, it's been super fun, but I know I've gone on like some tangents for some things like in Act 1 that make no sense when I go back and think like, okay, I have a really funny thing. I'm going to go just share it anyways. I have a whole paragraph about a dragon and there are no dragons in my story. Because I was like, this could work.
This could be it.
Yes, I was like, I'm gonna throw this paragraph in here, and it was like, I think at the end of Act 1, and I'm like, that makes no sense. We're just some random dragon. So, but maybe I can turn it into something else, like, or just
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, it's so fun when
Absolutely.
you get to go on tangents, and then it's like that's my favorite part of the writing process. Writing the first draft, and you can like do stuff like that, and it doesn't have any consequences. It's only like when you're writing the second draft and third draft, and you actually have to be like, okay, well now I have to make this into a decent book. Like I need to figure out what
I have to get serious.
Yes. Yes. And like I've already started to like take notes on things that like when I go through like the whole revision process of things that I really need to like work on, like the dragon. Sorry, buddy, you might not make the cut because what? but I was thinking we don't have to go down the road. But I was thinking something at the time. But looking back on it, I don't think it's going to make quite a lot of sense.
Precious Cousins just brought up what I was going to say. You should just save this idea and add the dragon to a different story.
This is true. Or maybe I could use that paragraph to start like a short story on this dragon.
Absolutely.
Random dragon that flew in.
As a story connected to your universe. Turn out the dragon.
Maybe.
Dragon in your book.
Maybe. I like that. Maybe like before this story, maybe there was something with dragons before their time and something happened to the dragons and they're no longer here.
Yeah. Possibilities are endless.
I'm not gonna get too excited. That probably won't happen, but also like what Hayden said. But we love dragons, so it's totally acceptable.
Absolutely.
And we did have Lauren Adele join us during that sprint, so welcome. And Precious Cousins is brainstorming both POVs. Ooh, in the romantic short story. Love it.
Love that.
And Lauren Adele asked for tips on not overwriting.
Not a question for me.
I need the tips.
Yes.
I do not have them.
I don't either. But if anybody in the comments has some advice, please let all of us know. We are all here for it. But I don't have any. I'm sorry, Lauren.
I think outlining can probably help. Like if you stick to an outline and then don't go down as many tangents. But I always like going down the tangents and then editing them back later because I think it's fun to brainstorm them. I don't know. I think that you can there's nothing wrong with overwriting as long as you can trim it back later. It's more like overwriting is good while drafting and then you just have to be a good editor.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just different ways of approaching it, really.
Right.
The only reason why I'm trying to not overwrite is because I found that in my last project, I think it was what made me kind of overwhelmed. So sorry, this is very loud. Truck outside. But I found that I was getting overwhelmed just by the sheer number of words and trying to get my story back on track after I had gone on tangents. So it's more of a personal thing, but there are many different ways to do it, and maybe overwriting is the way to go for you.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Especially for maybe even the first draft, kind of like the info dump so you can learn the characters and the world, whether dragons should be there or not. Just throw it all in the pot and you'll just ship through it later. Let's see. And Holly caught up on reading. Woohoo! Awesome. And welcome. Hello, and you did not miss too much. We only did 2 sprints, so we should have at least 2 more. And hello, have a ton of music theory review today. Ooh, I like this. I mean, not a ton, because it sounds like it's a lot of work, and I hope you're doing well, but it sounds super, super interesting. And I'm sorry, Precious Cousins, but they just say great minds think alike.
I got you.
Love it. Love it. And okay, Holly did give advice that scene cards help her stay on track because she knows everything that she's writing has a purpose. I like that. It moves the plot along.
This is the strategy I'm going to attempt for Nano. That's what I'm trying to do is outline. I don't think I'm going to outline every scene. I'll give myself flexibility to maybe add in a few scenes, but at least have the major guys that I know that I want and know what's going to happen, what's going to change, and how my plot is moving, just so that I have something to anchor myself in and I don't get too lost and overwhelmed.
Yeah. And I feel like for me, I guess using my outline, like, and for draft 1, I don't, like, I write each of the chapters as if maybe like their own story. So they're not like they connect, but they're not like it doesn't flow. Because I mean, plus it's draft 1, so it's messy. But that like I usually right now I'm sticking to my outline, minus the tangents that sometimes we go down, which are fine. They're acceptable. And then Precious Cousins said that overwriting is fine because you can cut it down. Yeah, and that's kind of like what Claire had said. It's the underwriting that can make you worry. So keep a picture that is for juice, for story ideas, and then throw irrelevant ones. There you go. Yeah.
I think honestly either way can be fine. There's really no way to do writing wrong. Both overwriting and underwriting will end up at the same place. It's just like where do you start out and then you edit to get to the middle. So
it's like what we were talking about earlier. Like you just need to experiment and figure out.
You just have to see what works for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like too on the story, like some people may have wrote like one story and threw everything into it and completely overwrote. And then maybe for their next story, they were like, I'm not going to write as much. We'll do like 1,000 words for each chapter and just get the bare bones. And I think some people like to do that too, where they try to underwrite to at least just get the bare bones and then they beef it up as they edit. Mm-hmm. But I think it varies person to person and like story to story too.
Yeah.
So, and look at that. Good job, Danica. Awesome. Well, do we want to jump into our third sprint?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we did a 15 and a 20. Do we want to do maybe like a 22?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I love longer ones.
Because I was looking and I was like, we could do a 25, but then we would probably have to do a shorter one later. So we don't go over in 2 hours.
Split the difference.
Yes. I always love Saturday morning sprints. They're so productive.
Yeah. Great way to kick off the weekend.
Yes. All right, everyone. So best of luck, and we'll see you in 22 minutes and 22 seconds. So how did everyone do on that sprint?
That went really well. I think I came up with some really good ideas.
Oh, I love it.
I'm excited about them.
I love it. So did you write them down?
Yeah, they're written down. They're all organized, and I think I'm starting to see the connections, like the big plot holes that I was really struggling with. I think I'm starting to figure out how to get through them. So
progress.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I love that, Danica.
Thank you.
How did you do, Claire?
So I did pretty well. I met the goal again, which is good. But I really do feel like I'm overwriting. But like now I'm past the inciting incident, and like it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna have to do a lot of trimming because this is like first person point of view from a character who's like an anxious talker, and like he's an anxious rambler, and he's doing something that makes him pretty nervous. So he's just like his internal monologue is just way too long because he just has so many words spinning through his head. So I gotta get that under control a little bit.
But right now it makes sense because he's kind of a rambler. So
yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. I think like it's good to make it feel authentic to the character, and then I'll make it more like a pleasant experience for the reader once I have the draft finished.
Fair.
Right. Oh, completely. We've been really talking about the whole drafting process like in this stream. So I'm like, just write it. We'll fix it later.
How did you do?
I actually did really well too. I wrote 470 words, and I feel like I always say this because I really do. I really, really love this story. And it's my first time ever writing in third person, and it's taken me so long to get used to like the third person versus writing in first person present tense. But it's been a journey. But I think what helps is sometimes like I have to move between some characters where like even though they're not telling the story, it just kind of like the camera moves. So I think that kind of helps with the transition because they're in kind of different places. And like one of the characters, they're in like a state of mind where they're like not awake but they're not asleep. So they're like stuck in this trance, I guess. So it's really fun to write that because they're like trying to hang on to like normal, and then they have like other forces that are trying to pull on them. So like when I get away from like the main character, which is Brina, and have to write this other character and like what they're experiencing, it's really fun. Like
is that like moving from character to character the reason why you did third person in this project instead of first?
Yeah, so originally I had it as first person where it was only going to be told from Brina's perspective, but there's a lot of stuff that happens once she leaves, like she sets out on her journey, but there's a lot of other things that happen back like in the castle that she leaves that I feel like the reader needs to know. She doesn't know. But if we know, it makes sense. So when she comes back, she's like, whoa, what in the world happened? And we're like, oh yeah, we knew, we were expecting this reaction. So it seems good right now.
Got it.
One.
That's awesome.
Third person is hard. I've always tried to like try to write in third person, and it's such a challenge to like really nail the character voice when you're writing in third person.
Yes.
It's so impressive.
Yes, I know. And that's what I'm kind of afraid of. I'm like, I hope everyone kind of has their own voice. I don't think they do. I think everybody just sounds the same right now, but we can fix that later. Just trying to, get it written, and then we'll change it. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey and like experiments because I've never done it before. So I don't know if like I would recommend it for every story, but I think if it's like it makes sense for my story to be third person.
Yeah. I tried to write They Say in third person. That was like the original kind of like tense of the book. And
really?
then I found out that whenever I write in third person, I just put myself into the story way too much. And it's like I do way too much telling as if I'm like telling the readers what happened instead of showing them. So like I wanted to be able to write in third person because I think it's like I love books that are written in third person.
Yeah.
But I just was like, I'm better at writing in first person. I need to play to my strengths.
Yep. And it's just so like I feel like as like the writer too, it's so much easier to write first person because like input yourself kind of into the story. I know you're not supposed to, but we all do it. Like, come on. Especially in certain scenes when you're like, I want to be there so bad. But sometimes I feel like when I'm doing it in third person, I feel like I'm like the eyeball that's just like watching down on everybody instead of being part of the scene.
Yeah.
But I
feel like that's the danger.
Yeah. And I'm afraid it's going to come across as like, how do you describe it? Not unique. I can't think of the word. Anyways, you hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's going to come across as like not good. Words are hard. We're going to move on. But we did have a lot of people pop in on the third sprint. So Eva had joined us, and Meredith had popped in to say hello, and Nikki had also popped in, and Jess had popped in like right at the very end. So welcome everyone. And Jules had edited a scene, and everyone here is talking, and it's driving me crazy. I hate when that happens.
Yeah. I have a hard time focusing.
Yes. Or like when you finally get into your writing and someone keeps coming in like every 5 minutes and you're like, the rainbow. Like my creative rainbow, man. Can you not? But and Hayden finished a scene and started a new one. Awesome. And Leah has joined us. Hello. Precious cousins in my short story. The main character's name is Raina. I love that.
That is your name.
Really pretty. And Lizzie is here. Hello. And today is the day that you will be finishing your book. Ooh, your Autumn Ashley book. Very cool. This whole book needs to be rewritten. So I'm writing the most random ending ever. I hate endings. The struggle. Yes. Okay. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. I was like, what is this word? Yes, that was what I meant. That was awkward. It was super awkward. At least on this end. My cousin wants to play Uno. So you're going to multitask. Ooh. I have not played Uno in so long. I'm trying to think.
Game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last time I played it. Maybe like in high school, like all the last few days of school, and like nobody does anything except like play games. I think that's the last time. It's been a really long time. It's a fun game.
It is.
It is a cool name. I like that name. You spent all your words on the right. Exactly. Exactly. And Charlie is popping in. Hello, Charlie. We should have at least one more sprint, so you'll get to write with us for one sprint. Awesome. And Lizzie loves Uno. Haven't played it in years. Same. I think it used to be like our hurricane game, or like when we would lose electricity and like you had candles everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that would be the game that we would play. That, or it was a board game, the Game of Life. I think we would also play that too.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's some nostalgia.
Throw way back.
Oh, yeah.
It was so funny. We had to buy that game twice when I was younger because like we would keep losing the pieces. And I don't know why. Well, I think, right? And I think I would play with like the cars, and then I'd lose the cars. So then there's like 3 cars. And then we would write like on pieces of paper. So then my mom was like, we just need a new one. All my cards are green.
The worst.
And Jasmine is here. Good morning. Just in time. We should have one more sprint to go. And Leah loved Playing Life. That one was good.
It was a fun game.
And Candyland. I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I love that one.
Yep.
That's a classic.
Yep. I always like would think about the little gumballs and just be like, I want to eat these because they looked so good like on the the board game?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well, do y'all want to do our final sprints?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
Do it.
So we did the 15, a 20, and a 22.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to do an 18-minute?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Why not? Hit all the in-betweens.
That's right. Trying to show all the numbers some love. So this is going to be our final sprint. It will be 18 minutes and 18 seconds. So happy writing, everyone, and we will see you all soon. So how did everyone do on the final sprint?
Good.
Awesome. Claire, did you
I did.
Did you-
Yes.
Yeah.
575.
You're killing it. And that was 2 minutes shorter than the 20s. So,
Yeah, we're getting warmed up now.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. I love that. Also, that's a really awesome idea too, Claire. Like, I might have to try that if I feel like maybe I'm not wanting to write, and just like set a timer for like 20-25 minutes and then just see if I can write like 500 words. Like, I feel like that's a really cool thing to try.
It's really satisfying when you see the bar getting closer, like, and you can actually see it moving more. Like when you set a really high goal and like you work towards it slowly, it doesn't move as much. But when it's like over the course of like 15 or 20 minutes, it moves a lot. So that it's like you're racing against the clock, and it kind of gets really fun. It's like a game.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be super satisfying to watch like the bar fill up too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Danica, how did you do? What did you do?
Oh, no, it was good. I just came up with some more ideas. I think I'm fleshing out my character's goal, and like how it fits in with these scenes and how it's going to impact them. And I think it's all starting to tie together, which is very exciting.
Very cool. I love it. That's awesome. And I ended up writing 523 words.
Awesome.
For the final sprint.
Nice.
That's great.
Super happy.
Yeah.
And Jules, won 3 rounds, but she 4.
Ah, alas.
You know, I mean, sometimes you have to make the other person feel like they're winning, and then you swoop in
Yeah.
for the
You're
win.
just hustling her.
Yes.
Strategy.
That's right. Leah did not write, but unloaded the dishwasher and ate some breakfast.
That's productive.
Very productive. Over 500 words. You go, girl. Woo! I think me and Claire. Well, do you ladies want to do your little outro before we say goodbye?
Yeah. So I guess for anyone who joined, I'm Danica Gray. I'm an author tuber here on YouTube, and I make videos documenting my writing experience, particularly right now, outlining and drafting the first draft of my Project Red. But that's me.
Yeah, and I'm Claire. I'm also an author tuber. I'm on YouTube at Write with Claire Fraise, and I make videos kind of sharing the writing tips that helped me feel like I improved as a writer. I make videos every week, so if you're interested in checking them out, you can go look at my channel, and I'd be happy to see you there.
Yes. And I do have both of these lovely ladies linked down below, so you should totally go check them out. They are lovely, lovely ladies, and they do great content, and they're wonderful friends. You should totally go check them out, honestly. But I do love what Jules said. I love that.
Quality sibling.
Yes. I'm assuming you might be the older sibling. And I'm Autumn Ashley. I post live streams and post writing related content documenting my writing journey. Currently working on draft 1, trying to finish that 4 months later. We're getting there, but that's okay. Also, I do know that Celeste Joan and author Anne Sophie, they're doing a 30-hour write-a-thon today. So I'm going to share a link to their playlist. I'm not sure about the times. I can't quite remember. But I do know that they have sprints going on all day today. If anybody wanted more writing, more buddies to write with, that's what they're doing over there. So I would definitely go check them out if you guys want more writing. And Hayden said, thank you all. This was so much fun, and got some writing done. Awesome. And there we go. Okay, the middle.
Got it.
He's the younger. Awesome. Yes. So this is the link to the playlist that those lovely ladies are hosting. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. And we will see you all next month, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.